Good morning. It's about 7 a.m. For the past several months, I've been walking these 6 rams out to the front field pasture each morning. Then I bring them back in the evening with a little grain to encourage them to move along. Eventually, these guys will be sold, but for now they are getting a large pasture all to themselves. All the other sheep have been over on the western side of the farm by Jeffrey and Jackie's house, but now it's time to cycle some of them back to the pastures over here. Jackie is bringing her ewe flock over a little later this morning. We'll show that on the video. But first I want to talk about bahiagrass. This is what the rams are walking over right now as I lead them out to the front field, which is also dominated by bahiagrass. Bahiagrass is a perennial summer grass native to South America, but now it's naturalized throughout the very southern part of the southeastern United States where we live. It is considered to be the foundation grass on which any forage program is built in this area. I mowed this small paddock about a week or so ago. It's already starting to come back up strongly. And as I walk these sheep out, I always have to be careful and watch them. There's a brown one and there's another one. They always like to run up, and where they've never butted at me, I always are a little hesitant to ignore them completely. So always keep your eye on your rams. I guess people that have rams know that. Yes, that white one and that brown one, they're always interested in coming up and nosing at me. Here we're going across the driveway entrance to the house. The rams are keeping the trees, lower part of the trees nibbled down. Gives it that high savanna look, so to speak. But that's one of the reasons I have to walk them back and forth, is I can't really let them on their own going back and forth and still have the gates open and allow traffic in the area also. So a little bit about bahiagrass. It's classified as a warm season grass with its most active growth period in the hot summer months. It has a deep root system, is very drought tolerant, and is also very tolerant to close grazing. Like any grass, if left to grow too old, it becomes less palatable and less nutritious to the livestock. It matures rapidly, and within about 3 weeks or so after mowing, it throws up a very tall seed head. That seed head is what you see the sheep grazing on right now. They're just skimming the tops of the grass, going after those seed heads. This is good for them. Seeds, from my understanding, have always had very high nutrition. And also they're way above the level at which parasites crawl. The parasites are usually down in the first inch or so of the grass. Here in another pasture, you can see a close-up view of the bahiagrass seed head. It consists of 2 spikes attached at a common point at the top of the stem. Each spike is loaded with seeds. There are 2 rows of seeds going up each spike, and associated with each seed is a tiny brown flower. A fascinating, very high-level close-up of these seeds and flowers is available at photomacrography.net. See the link in this video's description. So we're out with the rams again, watching them eat bahiagrass seed. They just cruise along, nibbling at the tops and harvesting all that seed. And now it's time for Jackie to bring the ewes over. And here we see Odin coming up the alleyway, followed by Brunei. Here comes Brunei. They're the advanced guard. The ewes and Jackie on the four-wheeler with Jeffrey bringing up the rear should be showing up shortly. Brunei gets a drink, and then Brunei follows Odin over into the field where the ewes are going to go in just a few minutes. They're going to check out the area, and then they'll drift back and wait for Jackie as she brings her sheep over. There they go. Brunei is already back down in the shade. There goes Odin. He's going to go down in the shade, wait for Jackie. And now I see Jackie on her four-wheeler, and she's got her sheep shortly thereafter, I believe. Yes, I can just see the sheep starting to come in now. We're going to watch them run by, and then I'm going to show you another amazing plant. And it's really quite surprising. I was looking for something to talk about, and the sheep started really eating this plant. It's called Teaweed. But it turns out the sheep really like it, but it's also extremely nutritious. And it's kind of a fascinating subject there. But first we're going to watch the sheep come running past and into the new pasture. Notice Brunei down at the bottom there. He's got the sheep behind him, and basically he stalls out, he looks back, and the sheep are clogged up there. Seems like there's always a dog that sort of gets in the way. Jackie's having to go back down there and pull Brunei out of the way so the sheep can come by. Of course, Odin's already up here. He stops by to say hello to Thor, and it looks like Jackie's got hold of Odin by his triangle. The triangles, by the way, are so Odin and Brunei don't go under the fence and go wandering off where they're not supposed to be. They're often pretty good, and we take them off after a while when it looks like they're going to be okay in an area. And here come the sheep. Sheep are looking real good. So here comes Brunei, and there's the last sheep. Brunei saying hi to Thor also. Last sheep finally gets into the new area. And look at what they're going after. Around the base of that tree, there's this little brushy, leafy plant with the yellow flowers. The sheep are just going crazy for it. You'll see as we come around here, they're going after this leafy plant. It's called teaweed. Of course, a lot of the sheep have moved out, and there's one eating some dog fennel that's there. They like the dog fennel also, but I knew they liked teaweed, but I never really understood much about what teaweed was. And there's a good picture of it right there. I found this publication by the University of Florida Extension Office. It's called A Native Growing Season Forage for Wildlife, Teaweed. And then they give its scientific name. That's by Rick Williams, Tim Baxley, and Pac Minnow. The complete citation is in the description of this video. But you can see the sheep are just going crazy for this teaweed. Other names for it are ironweed and southern soda, but it's an erect, annual, sometimes perennial shrub that can grow to a height of 3 feet. It has a very well-developed taproot and is very difficult to pull out once it's established. You need both hands and sometimes a shovel to get a mature plant out. One plant can produce hundreds of seeds throughout the growing season, and the growing range is from South Carolina throughout Florida and west to Mississippi here. Growing season starts in late spring and lasts until frost, and then seeds disperse readily by adhering to animal fur or moving equipment. It is drought resistant and adapted to a wide variety of soil conditions. It tolerates heavy browsing by animals, just like that sheep is doing right now. And the report says it can be combined with clovers to create a year-long source of high-quality forage. In their studies, they used crimson clover to pair it with teaweed. They recommended exposing mineral soil with light disking or harrowing, followed by broadcasting seed on the soil surface. In their study, they broadcast 6.5 pounds of teaweed seed with 25 pounds of crimson clover. Fertilized teaweed averaged 24.5% crude protein with over 76% total digestible nutrients. Even when not fertilized, it had a crude protein level of 16%. To my mind, that's absolutely amazing for a summer forage in South Mississippi. And because the sheep are foraging about a foot or so up off the ground, they aren't loading themselves up with parasites that are usually confined down to the first 1 or 2 inches of plant matter. Another benefit of teaweed is that it has a higher calcium and phosphorus content than common summer forages like clay peas, alfalfa, or soybeans. These minerals are important for milk production, muscle contraction, and efficient digestion. Here you can also see Jeffrey putting out a water tub for the sheep, hooking it up to the hose that's already there, hose and faucet that's already there. They're going to bring dog houses and a mineral feeder down later this afternoon. So after reading up about teaweed, I was completely amazed. It's easy to manage because it reseeds itself each year, and there is a potential to establish a perennial, year-long pasture that exceeds 16% crude protein level by overseeding teaweed and crimson clover in the fall. Now, I think that's just tremendous. That afternoon, I was able to capture on video one of my favorite sights, cattle egrets riding around on the back of sheep. The cattle egrets are often seen with the sheep. They come around looking for bugs. There's just a tremendous number of grasshoppers that are available. But sometimes they ride around with the sheep, looking for things, and then walking around on the ground with the sheep. Here comes Odin. He's going to scare this bird away. Off he flies. And here's Odin. And this pretty much sums up the video. So thanks for watching Longleaf Sheep Hill Ranch. Remember, if you want to take a look at that high-resolution picture of a bahiagrass seed spike, or if you're interested in more information about the teaweed, the citations are the full citations are in the description of this video.